Miss Foltz here again, and today I am going to show you how to create a works cited page. Now your works cited page belongs on a fresh sheet of paper, whether it be a fresh page on a Google Doc or a Word doc or a Pages or a piece of notebook paper. So even if you have one or two lines, even if it's just one word on your last page, you still have to go to a fresh page. It seems a little wasteful, but that's the rules, I suppose. So for your document, the first thing you're going to do is you are going to title the page, and you're going to title it Works Cited. Oh, better make sure I have Times New Roman 12-point font. All right, and double spacing, of course, 2.0. All right, so works cited. Now, I want you to notice that my title is not fancy. So I'm not using any bold point. I'm not using italics. I'm not using underline. I'm not changing the size of my font. It's always going to be 12. All right, it is centered. That is the one special thing. All right, so works cited. Then I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to make sure I go back to the left. And what I'm going to do is I am literally just going to copy and paste my citation. So if you'll remember, we used this source, and this was the one from Gale, so it was already made for us. And we copy and we paste. Now, I am going to go ahead and gather all of my sources, and then I'm going to format them. So I also, if you'll remember, I also used this article. Let me scroll. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go really fast so I don't make you dizzy. I also used this article that I found from Google Scholar, if you'll remember, and I had to go into Citation Machine and make a citation. So here's my citation. So let me copy that, and I am going to paste it. All right. Now, the first thing that I want you to do, and hypothetically speaking, you would have at least one other source listed somewhere. But the first thing you need to do is you need to alphabetize them based on the first word. So, well, this kind of came in handy here because Samuel's and then story, so that's alphabetized. All right, so again, you would alphabetize by the first word. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to make sure that my font is still Times New Roman, size 12, and it looks like this first one is a little, like the color is a little off, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to black. All right, I also need to make sure that I have double spacing, just like the rest of my paper. Now, I want you to notice that the second citation is actually perfect. You don't have to do anything to the second citation, because I want you to notice that the first line is flush on the left, but then the second and the third lines are indented just a bit. Now this is called hanging, a hanging format. Now you can be all fancy and you can highlight, if hypothetically speaking this was not hanging already, you can go and highlight it and then go into format and paragraph. And do you see where it says indentation, left, right, and then special? Hanging is what you want to select. And the reason for this is because eventually when you guys start writing more and more research papers, you're going to have quite a few sources. So if you have your sources hanging, it's a little easier on the eyes to determine where one source starts and where one source stops. So this one's already hanging for us. Now this second one, we're going to try. Sometimes, you guys know technology, sometimes it doesn't like to hang a web address, because you'll notice that on this 1, 2, 3, on the fourth line, it's because of the web address, it's kind of a little strange. So we're going to try it, cross our fingers that it works, but if it doesn't, we're going to, oh, it worked. Look at that. So, all right, now if that did not work, you would just have to manually go in and backspace and kind of play with it just a little bit. But we were lucky there. So there we go. Now you'll notice that there is extra space here just from me just pressing enter. I want to make sure and delete that. So, because again, nothing fancy. It should instead, oh gosh, undo. All right, so nothing fancy. You should have no extra spaces. In fact, it looks like that might be an extra space, so I'm going to try. Might just be a formatting thing. Oh, here we go. I'm going to make sure spacing, I change it all to 0 because sometimes that happens. There we go. So really you'll notice that changed it quite a bit. I'll just undo and then I'll show you, but then redo. So there really should be no differentiation between the two sources other than the hanging. So there is a super quick overview of the Works Cited page. And again, you will notice if you paid attention in the previous notes, I think the notes from day 1, that you should have a header up here with your last name and a page number. So don't forget about that. So, for me, I would have Foltz, and hypothetically speaking, this might be on my 2nd or my 3rd page, so it would say Foltz 3. So don't forget about your header. That's important as well. Don't forget to alphabetize your sources. Again, hopefully you have 3 sources. If you have more, that's okay. But we're trying to have 3 and make sure they're alphabetized and they're hanging and they're double spaced and they look pretty similar to this. So if you have any questions or if you can't get your formatting quite right, request a one-on-one Zoom and we'll try to figure it out together. All right, have a great day. Bye.